Welcome to Moonlight Mysteries. Welcome to our place to sleep. I am Iwa, the Moon Fairy. Today, I bring you the first story from the Moonlight Mysteries original story series, The Golden Princess. I hope you enjoy it. A long time ago, in a distant and beautiful kingdom, there was a beautiful princess. She was the youngest child of the king and queen, and from the moment she was born, she was cherished by the royal family. The king personally named her Haya. Princess Haya had soft golden hair that shimmered in the sunlight. Her eyes were as clear as lake water, capable of discerning the kindness and pain in people's hearts. Because of her golden shining hair, everyone called her the Golden Princess. However, the Golden Princess had been frail since childhood, often in need of treatment. Despite searching far and wide for the best doctors, even the most authoritative doctors in the kingdom couldn't guarantee that the princess would live past the age of 20. This made the king and queen cherish the beautiful princess even more. The Golden Princess was not only beautiful on the outside, but her soul was also pure and flawless. She was curious and compassionate about the world, always wanting to help those less fortunate. When the Golden Princess was 10 years old, the king took her to the market outside the palace for a stroll, and the bustling streets fascinated the princess. In the market, a girl about her age, wearing coarse clothes, was loudly selling green apples. While not far away, two boys, who seemed even thinner and weaker than her, were struggling to carry a sack bigger than themselves to the dock. Suddenly, a man repairing a roof fell down, bleeding. But he just wiped his face with his sleeve and continued climbing the stairs to repair the roof. The princess was puzzled and asked the king,
"Father, why doesn't the father of the girl over there arrange for them to have a home tutor to learn etiquette? Selling loudly on the street seems inappropriate."
My little princess,
the king laughed heartily.
Latin and etiquette are not something everyone can learn. Do they have to use Latin to sell fruit? Only nobles can learn.
But in the princess's heart, she felt that the girls in the street should also be educated so that they could tell stories to their dolls like she did.
"Father, why don't the boys over there use a horse to carry things?"
Because they don't have horses. Carrying things is what servants should do.
But in the princess's heart, she felt that it was too heavy for children to carry such heavy things. Servants also have parents. They are also people.
"Father, Why doesn't the man repairing the roof get treated by a doctor since he's bleeding?
My dear Haya, where can these poor people find a doctor? They don't have a palace for doctors to live in.
The princess thought in her heart that what the king said seemed to make sense, but there seemed to be something wrong. Days passed, and Haya grew up day by day. She learned from her teachers that in some enlightened and prosperous countries, boys and girls from common families could also receive education so they could create more wealth for the country rather than just being servants or carrying things. When people got sick, they would go to the hospital for treatment, and doctors would treat everyone there without needing the doctor to live in the palace. The Golden Princess sincerely longed for her country to have schools and hospitals so that the people could live happier lives.
I'm going to ask Father to let me do these things.
The Golden Princess made up her mind. She was only 14 years old that year. The Golden Princess's father, the king, was a wise and loving ruler. His love for the princess was both the love of a father for his daughter and the support for her ideals and aspirations. Once, as the princess and her father were walking in the garden, they talked about her ideals, and she hoped she could protect the country.
Father, I dream of giving all children, boys and girls, the opportunity to receive an education. I dream of our people being able to receive medical treatment when they are sick.
The princess spoke softly, her eyes shining with uncontrollable enthusiasm. The king tightly held her hand and said gently,
My child, your heart shines brighter than the brightest star in this kingdom. I fully support your dreams.
Although the Golden Princess had always been in poor health, her willpower was very strong. She used her own wealth to build many schools, giving children from poor families the opportunity to receive an education and change their destinies. She established hospitals everywhere, especially in remote areas, so that medical resources could be evenly distributed, and many patients who could not receive treatment before were able to recover. The Golden Princess knew that her days were numbered, but she did not feel pessimistic because of it. Instead, she began to think about how to let her love and care transcend the limitations of life and continue to illuminate people's lives. In the last few years of her life, the princess decided to dedicate all her property to charity, specifically to help the poor, whether by providing educational opportunities or medical assistance. In the era of the Golden Princess, the people lived prosperous lives. Women and children could receive education, and the country remained peaceful and prosperous. people of this country loved this kind and gentle princess. But unfortunately, in the year the Golden Princess turned 21, her life came to an end. To commemorate the princess, a tall statue was erected for her. Although the Golden Princess's life was short, it was like a brilliant star, forever shining in people's hearts. Her statue stood in the center of the country, forever guarding her country and its people. Time passed like flowing water for more than 200 years, arriving in modern society. In this year, when the first autumn leaf fell, a goose passed by here, wanting to find a place to rest before continuing its journey. It saw a tall statue in the square. What a beautiful statue it was. The Golden Princess statue stood in the square, overlooking the land below, her skin covered with countless gold leaves, making her body shimmer gently in the sunlight. Her face was solemn and gentle. Her sapphire eyes seemed to see through people's hearts, revealing endless love and compassion. Her hands were gently placed on her chest, her posture elegant and compassionate, as if silently conveying comfort and hope to everyone who saw her. She wore a magnificent crown on her head, a long gown adorned with various gemstones, symbolizing the prosperity of the country and the prosperity of the people.
It's late. I'll just disturb this beautiful princess today.
The goose thought, and then folded its wings into the princess's palm, ready to rest for a while. At night, as the goose was about to fall asleep, it heard a faint crying. It searched everywhere and finally found that it was the Golden Princess who was crying. The goose flew to the princess's shoulder and asked why she was sad. The princess softly stated the reason for her tears.
Goose, did you see the flames of war when you flew over?
The princess asked sadly.
I saw the beautiful natural scenery obscured by smoke, the tranquility broken by explosions, and the harmony destroyed by shells. Is that war?
The goose didn't understand what war was. Its heart was full of doubts, but the scene was indeed frightening.
That's war. I used to be the princess of this country, and my country was always rich and beautiful. Now, because of land disputes, my country is in a war. Watching my people suffer from the pain of war, so much pain that even my heart made of tin can feel it. I can't do anything but cry.
The voice of the Golden Princess came from the heart of the statue. Although she was still so beautiful, the goose felt the princess's pain.
Respected princess, I really don't understand why humans want to break this balance. Why they want to resolve disputes through war. The conflicts between humans are like inexplicable storms. No one can understand the source of the storm or predict its end. But I hope you can escape from such pain.
The goose looked at the saintly, beautiful face of the golden princess and sincerely wished that she would no longer suffer.
Goose, my friend from afar. As you said, this is a storm. Many humans can't enjoy the freedom of the sky like birds, pursuing a peaceful life. Some people want more and more, and can only rob others. My country is experiencing such suffering. I sincerely hope that your journey can avoid the flames of war and safely reach your destination.
Beautiful princess, as I pass by here, I've drunk the water, eaten the food, and even rested in your hand. Please let me do something for you, princess,
said the goose to the princess, feeling grateful inside.
Goose, my friend, please let me know your name.
The golden princess said in a gentle voice.
Thank you for your willingness to help generously. Have you seen that orphanage? It used to be a school that I built. Now, the school has become an orphanage where hundreds of orphans live, unable to eat enough, dress warmly, or receive education. Half of these orphans, their parents have all participated in defending the country in wars. Their eyes have lost their sparkle, and their hearts have lost their warmth. Please take off the jewels from my crown and give them to them. Let them eat their fill and feel warmth. Thank you, my friend.
The goose gently responded.
Please call me Caspar. Your love and care will fly through me and reach those who need it. Please don't worry. I will ensure that this warmth is delivered accurately.
The next day, seeing those children eating warm food and showing their long-lost smiles, the goose felt a sense of pride like never before. At night, as the goose prepared to bid farewell to the golden princess on her shoulder, it was about to fly south.
Caspar, my friend, can I ask you for one more favor?
The voice of the golden princess was still full of sadness.
Of course, beautiful princess. I'm willing to help you.
Have you seen those lonely and helpless elderly people living in basements or attic in the city? No one takes care of them.
Why don't their children take care of them?
The goose said angrily. Even in the world of birds, they must help each other.
It's not their fault.
The princess's voice sounded even sadder.
Their children sacrificed in the war to defend the country. They are heroic parents. But they have to spend every night alone, filled with longing for their lost loved ones. Caspar, please take off the gems from the hem of my dress and send them to them. I wish I could give them some comfort, even just a little.
The goose comforted the princess.
Princess, your thoughtfulness is more precious than any treasure in the world. I will help you fulfill this wish, so they can feel your love and the warmth.
As autumn leaves fell more, occasional gunshots could still be heard in the city. The goose had to rely on its exceptional flying skills and precise judgment of the terrain to find these hidden places and place the princess's gems by the beds of the elderly. The goose saw the expressions of the old people when they woke up to find the gems, their eyes filled with tears, holding tightly to photos of their heroic children, their backs trembling gently. The goose just wanted to complete this gem delivery task more quickly, to see the princess's smile. 10 days later, the goose finally delivered the last gem. It lay somewhat tired in the hands of the golden princess, just wanting to sleep well. As night fell quietly, the goose groomed its feathers, bidding farewell to the princess once again.
Caspar, my good friend, can I ask you to stay one more night? Please help me once again.
The gentle and sad voice of the golden princess made it impossible for the goose to resist.
Beautiful princess, it's my honor to share your worries. What do you need me to do for you?
The hospital in the distance, the hospital I once built, used to only hear the laughter of healed patients. But now, it's filled with the cries of the wounded every day. The hospital lacks enough medicine and medical equipment. These defenders of the country cannot get treatment. They are in too much pain.
The princess's voice choked.
Caspar, my best friend, please take the sapphire eyes I made for me to these wounded soldiers.
Princess, you can't lose your eyes.
The goose couldn't bear it. How could the beautiful princess lose her most precious eyes?
My good friend, can you understand my decision? I just hope that my eyes can bring hope and light to those heroes.
The princess's voice was gentle, but firm. The goose leaned tightly against the princess's shoulder, sadly saying,
Princess, I understand every decision you make and deeply admire your courage and dedication. Your love and sacrifice will be remembered by the world. Your eyes will become a symbol of hope. I will complete this mission as you wish, my princess.
When the goose delivered this pair of precious sapphire eyes to the hospital, everyone in the hospital cheered and thanked God for allowing everyone to receive treatment. The goose remained silent, returning to the golden princess's shoulder. The princess asked the goose with concern,
Caspar, my friend, and I sincerely thank you for everything you've done for me. Did you hear the cheers from the hospital? It's all because of you. Although I can't bear to part with you, winter is coming soon. Please fly south tomorrow.
The goose looked at the saintly face of the golden princess, saying firmly,
I won't leave you. Let me be your eyes, be your night. Let me continue to help you protect this country.
the golden princess's heart, made of tin, also felt warmth at this moment. She couldn't refuse, because she needed help too. There are still many displaced people in this country, worrying about the coming winter, without food and fuel, not knowing how to survive this winter. The Golden Princess loved all the people, so she asked the goose to peel off the gold foil from her body and deliver it to those in need. The goose worked tirelessly, flying day and night to deliver the gold foil. When the goose returned and rested on the princess's shoulder, it would tell the princess that in the midst of gunfire, teachers and students hid in abandoned warehouses, still insisting on learning. Young mothers adopted several children who had lost their loved ones, giving them warmth. Elderly farmers never gave up their land, still diligently farming, providing food for the country. Volunteer doctors not only cured people's physical injuries, but also healed their wounded souls. Some parts of the country are still at war, while some have achieved victory. The situation of the war is becoming more and more favorable for the country, guarded by the Golden Princess. People have regained confidence in life and hope for victory. Piece by piece, the gold foil was peeled off, and the Golden Princess gradually became mottled, covered in rust. When the cold snow quietly fell, covering the entire kingdom with a layer of white snow, the world became quiet and pure. In the cold winter days, the Golden Princess still stood quietly, her eyes following the figure of the goose, silently praying for it. Unable to resist the cold winter, coupled with flying day and night, the goose exhausted all its strength. At this moment, the goose lay in the hands of the Golden Princess, on the verge of death, bidding the Golden Princess a final farewell. The Golden Princess felt unprecedented sadness for the goose's departure. Her tears fell on the goose, and the goose knew these were tears shed by the princess, and it left peacefully. The princess felt immense pain, and her heart made of tin also cracked.
Rest in peace, my most loyal knight Caspar. We have completed our mission, and we will meet again soon.
The princess whispered gently to the goose, but there was no gentle reply from the goose. When spring came, the country won the war. People came to the square to parade, celebrating the hard-won victory. At this time, people found that their once proud golden princess had turned into a rusty iron princess, no longer beautiful. People whispered that the war had changed the princess's statue. The secretary suggested to the mayor that it might be better to melt down this pile of iron and build a great statue of the mayor. The mayor agreed. So, they dismantled the statue of the Golden Princess and threw her into the furnace. When dismantling it, they found a dead goose lying in the princess's hand. The workers cursed and threw the goose into the furnace as well. All of the princess's body turned into molten iron, flowing into a new mold. Only the heart made of tin, which couldn't be melted, remained, and the dead goose repaired the cracks in this heart, merging with the heart that wouldn't melt. This tin heart was discarded in the scrap heap. No one would know that the Golden Princess, Haya, and the goose, Caspar, had been guarding this land. God saw everything in heaven and sent angels to search for the most precious thing in the world. The angel brought back this heart. God said to the angel, "You did well. This is the most precious thing in the world." Well, my friend, the story of the Golden Princess ends here. Please give us an encouraging thumbs up to let us know you enjoyed the story. If you didn't like the story, we also welcome your valuable feedback on how to do better. Finally, good night, my friend. Sleep well.